Well, we now continue our weekly land report segment with the American Society of Farm Managers and Rural Appraisers. Our good friend Tim Cobb joins us now with the latest from his region. Tim, thank you so much for being here. Always great to have you join us. So we're looking for an update on progress for the small grains harvest up there in your area in the beautiful Pacific Northwest. What are you seeing right now?
Suzanne, thanks so much as always. Appreciate the opportunity to be with you. You know, when we talk about the Pacific Northwest, we're talking about Washington, Oregon, Idaho, and Montana, kind of in a general sense. And for the most part, we have been seeing actually pretty good wheat yields, winter wheat yields in Washington and Oregon. Some indicate that it's as much as 30% higher than last year, which is actually great and positive news on the winter wheat. While Idaho and Montana, we're seeing pretty steady. You know, some of the quality things that we've seen with the wheat, obviously quality, each wheat sample is graded for test weight and for, you know, shrunken and broken kernels and things like that. And the quality seems to be coming in good at this time. You know, even though the overall crops are reported higher in Washington, in some areas, in some pockets in the Pacific Northwest, we've had these cooler temperatures that were really great because we were dry in spring and actually allowed us to get a crop. But I'll tell you, the cooler temperatures in some areas caused some pretty severe frost damage, which then put the plants back just a little bit. And then when the heat finally came, even some of our strongest winter wheat areas have sadly had some poor results. But generally, winter wheat is doing pretty well in the Pacific Northwest.
Well, that's good to hear and good to see, by the way. Thank you for setting in these videos. Just looks beautiful, tremendous. Yeah, when we look at harvest, current grain market conditions, maybe you can speak to how they're affecting crop producers.
Yeah, you know, crop producers, obviously farmers love to cut good crops. And, you know, for the most part, we still hear optimism as they're shutting some of the combines down on winter wheat. You know, we still hear their optimism that they cut a good crop. However, we're beginning to see some farmers not renewing some farm leases, Suzanne. And, you know, so maybe some of the stuff that's further away or maybe it just doesn't fit right in their operation. Even longstanding folks that are continuing to farm are seeing some non-renewals on some leases, or either that or maybe a rework on some leases, which has got us obviously perked up and trying to figure that out. You know, we've been at this a long time, and these low prices, even though we have a bigger pile of wheat, you know, these lower prices are good because, these lower prices are affecting, you know, where the optimism is at for these folks, you know. And I did pay attention in economics class, and the last time I checked, a bigger pile of wheat doesn't normally offset lower prices very well. Right. That's what we're seeing right now.
Yeah, tough times, of course, not without its challenges. And interesting to hear about those leases and how it's affecting farmland owners. So we're going to be, of course, watching this as things continue to evolve as we head into the future. But Tim, always great stuff. And I'm glad you paid attention in your classes, by the way. Tim Cobb with the American Society of Farm Managers and Rural Appraisers. Always great.